Muslim, Christian, Jew, Hindu, Buddhist, and atheist one too, and all in between. This is for the absolute positive, good truth of God of you, only crossing a bigger, better here and now. I would just like to speak on a couple things that I've spoke about in previous videos. The first being neutral is nothing. Check me out. We're on a spot on a planet, right? In a solar system, right? In a universe, right? In a creation, right? Here and now. Only existing one way. One more positive. Good as the truth of us here and now. Bigger and better than all negativity. And that is the neutral nothing. Now, because we're existing this way, right? We don't always know what's attacking us, you know. We believe faithfully that things cross bad or evil or sinful. Or there's bad guys out to get us, or devils and demons. But I want to explain something to you. All of those things are just an absolute expression of all things negative. Now, the great thing about being in a more positive universe, right, than a negative one, so says the here and now of you, absolutely positively good to the truth of your shape, form, and mass, right, is that any negativity, right, if you don't die of it, go splat, or go outright unconscious over it, you can always preset yourself to only cross back one more positive then. And if you do, you'll always be good as truth. And I want to explain something to you in a positive universe, right? The Muslim, Christian, Jew, Hindu, Buddhist, atheist ones of you, right? And everybody in between, right? This positive universe only states, right, to the absolute bigger, better of all mankind. Meaning we are at the top of the food chain. And if they're aliens, they need to get in on this or jump out and start probing us or something at any time. But I'm pretty sure there's nothing like that happening. Maybe some advanced machinery above us with some astronautical fools that's been around longer or with knowledge that we know nothing about. But, you know, that's a whole different conversation. But for the sake of what I'm trying to tell you is we're at the top of the food chain. And we're way more intelligent than animals. Even the most barbaric of us, even the most institutionalized of us, even the most tribal of us, okay? And because of that, right, if we can recognize, right, over the bigger and better of all animals, right, something they can, which is to only cross all things negative of us back one more positive. That will only add us up good as truth here and now. Always a bigger, better here and now, positive and good, than all negativity. Well, if you can comprehend that, right, you know that you'll always be good as truth. But if you have no mind for that, right, because let's say certain factions, right, have brought you up in a way in which you have simple monkey-minded words that animals will understand, you know, like mom, dad, good boy, bad boy, you know, those things. Any animal can understand. But being that we are complex creatures in a complex world, in a complex universe, in a complex solar system, in a complex existence, right? Trust me on this. You have to know that a bad way is nothing, evil is nothing, sinful is nothing, neutral is nothing. And I want all mankind to know, right? Because we are at the top of the food chain, and all existence of reality only articulates to the bigger and better of us, right? There is nothing more positive than wanting all you are of mankind to be good as true, bigger and better here and now than any negativity that could ever destroy them to one neutral nothing. And that's why I state that way, because it's the most powerful way to state anywhere and everywhere creation applied to the here and now existence of all God, truth, reality check. And I don't just state that faithfully, I state that absolutely positively as the good of God as truth, as the even Holy Spirit out, good God and truth of all reality check I am. Christ-like. Check me out. God is the good of all. Okay? When you feel good, that is the peak of all things God in your life, even if you're an atheist. Okay? You say, oh, that's the best we're gonna get. Okay? Now check me out. That's the miracle of life. That's the orgasmic affair of all things happening to the bigger and better of them. Okay? As far as men and women are concerned. Right? So if we know that, we can say the God of us is the good of us. Well, as truth, right, to only stay connected with anything good, the God of you, as truth, is to only cross one more positive than all negativity. When you feel all, that is the good of you, that is the God of you, that is the truth of you, only adding up to a bigger, better here and now of you, good with God as truth. And that is the absolute bigger, better of the here and now reality check of the bonding atom man of all I am. Now, I want to explain something else to you, like I've spoken on in other videos. Your body is made of bonding atoms, okay? And just like the universe you exist in, as the seeds of it, right, they're created one way, one more positive than all negativity that could destroy each and every one of them to one neutral nothing of them here and now, okay? Now, there are other atoms that can be split, but for the sake of this conversation, these atoms are more positive than anything that could ever split their shape, form, mass to one neutral nothing. But their bonding matter is a whole nother situation. And that's where the good truth of your shape, form, and mass comes in. Because I'm going to tell you, from the smallest plank leaf of existence, like I've said in other videos, all the way up to all things circuitry of the encompassing of all existence, right? Because again, we are in a more positive universe than the negative one, says the here and now, right? Okay? If it's not one with the universe, right? One with the good truth of the shape, form, and mass of an indestructible atom, right? One with the good of it, the God of it, the truth of it, only crossing more positive always, bigger and better than any negativity, right? I don't care what dimension of time and space it's in. I don't care what kind of protection it thinks it has. In reality check, right? It is in a state of decay and disintegration. And if it's a man or a woman, right? That negative way is only stated on it one way. And that is through faith, fully blind and undefined, on what's attacking them, the negative way of it. Either that or they are sold out blindly negative with negativity, meaning their lives are in such a way that if they change the negative of it, right, they could no longer see existing relevant to reality check. And that's the point I'm getting at for all you 1%ers, right? It's not what you do, it's how you do it, okay? If what you're doing, right, has you so so rich and so powerful and so greedy that you have multiples and multiples and multiples of millions and billions of dollars, right? And there is spots in the world where people can't eat and people don't have homes, or in your own society you have these things going on. Well, you have a duty and a responsibility, not to charity, no, not to charity, but for the sake of your business in general and the good truth of your workers and your fellow men, to make sure that kind of poverty can't exist around you, to make sure that even the lowliest of us, right, have the bare minimum standards, which is a home, something to eat, and enough utilities to sustain. If you do that, well, you become as powerful and as rich and as influential as you absolutely positively could desire. Because all else, right, is on the individual, right, to want to inspire to do more, have more, be more. Maybe they inspire to be you. And even if they don't, they'll be in a way to help you succeed in your great endeavors. But the way it goes right now, right, the poverty of this world is not making sure that these things are sustained globally. You know? Nobody wants to fight with or hate somebody who only wants to be more positive than them and good as truth. You hear me? To only see their lives in the bigger and better of what's producing them, only good as truth. You know, the world's full of haters. This ain't that, you know. I believe personally, right, that anything that Bible said about a needle in a camel and all that old crazy stuff, right, or putting a camel through a needle, I don't believe that one bit. I believe that there are a faction of people that are so sold out they'll never change. But do I believe that the even most of the richest 1% is that way? No way, never. If I did, we wouldn't exist right now. I believe that, because to be somebody so greedy they just destroy us over it. I don't believe any of that, but I do believe that this show is a one horse show. I don't believe the circles I've been going in are generated from two minds. It's one mind of the faith of this world, and the people who are intelligent enough, right, to be seeing this, they understand what I'm saying. You hear me? This is a show, and it's been a good one. But like all shows, man, you know, for reality for a show to be good as truth, it has to be more positive than negative. And this shit show ain't that. You know, look around this world. Look at the decision makings. Look, all money ain't good money. When you see people's lives and their children and their way and their humanity smeared out, man, right, for a war machine or whatever negative generated fundage is coming from that, man, it's just garbage. It's trash on Muslims, it's trash on Christians, it's trash on Jews, it's trash on Hindus, Buddhists, atheists, ones too. It's trash on the animals, it's trash on the earth. And it's Antichrist, you see. It's the hells of it, you see. You know, anytime you cross negative with negativity, it's a devilishly delusional Antichrist on you, you know, because you're crossing no good as truth. You understand? And what that causes is the neutrons that are normally stabilized in the atoms that are bonded out making you to become slightly radioactive, and they mutate. And that's why the atom can't hold its bond to the good truth of your shape, form, mass to keep you holy and good to reality, more positive than negative. And wherever that negativity is stayed, it's just stayed you with disintegration and decay, probably a cancerous way. if it's just infected at one area or so, you know, because that's a lot of times what happens when your matter becomes slightly radioactive in an area, man. It's cancerous to your system, whether it's a cancer or not. It's some sort of disorder, disease. It's the makeup of all things that kill you, you see. And if you don't know that's not a bad way, an evil way, or sinful way, right, you won't always take what's the negatives of you and go do something more positive. Well, what does that mean? It means from the inside out, right? At 360 degrees, whatever you can grab on, right, to turn the way you feel up a better way, a bigger, better way, good as truth. You take that, and then from that point, you just keep doing that. And you grow the good truth of you bigger and better than that negativity. And you don't stop until it's done. Repeat as needed. Because if not, you'll probably die of it, or something else that's a negative on you that you're blindsided to. You know, if that don't get you first. You know, you got 4 major muscle groups: arms, legs, chest, and stomach. With light to moderate resistance, man. You know, you work that muscle group if you feel deficient in it, you know, as many times as it takes to get a burn, and then you put it down. Once you got that burn and you put it down, you'll have a bigger, better blow to that muscle group. You can't shrivel up elderly, right? Decay and disintegrate and die of making your body, from your mind to your body to the world, bigger and better, good as truth, more positive than negative. I can't lie to you, world. I'm going to just keep real with you. Your face a joke. All of it. Muslim, Christian, Jew, Hindu, Buddhist, atheist, 1, 2. Well, I'm telling you the absolute real, the real. There is no veil. You hear me? And I'm not worried about telling you this because I know we're anywhere in existence of reality, right? Atoms are in body of matter stated more positive than negative, right? They're stated good to the here and now of a more positive universe than the negative one, right? That's the substance, durability, and solidness. The value, volume, and density, man, of all matter, right? Atoms bonded to reality check. The more positive that matter is, the more good that matter is as true, you see? It knows no bad way, sinful way, evil way. It knows no neutral way. That's nothing. You hear me? Jesus said it best, you know, love your neighbor like you love yourself. You know, if you're only trying to cross all you are, more positive than negative, right? Well, to keep them good as truth, you won't have time to war with them. Trust me on this. you won't have time to hate them, right? You definitely won't have time to lock them up like animals, you see. All those things are just negative and making all more positive and good as truth. And I know in reality, right, we're men and women. And, you know, we're not animals. We can't go live in holes and under dens, you see. My plant, it's got a flower pot, so it's, you know, it's mobile. But for the most part, that fool's planted up in the ground, you understand? And the way we're planted and the way we're grounded is to always have good homes, to sustain ourselves or our families, right? With enough food and energy to make it. Well, in this world, right, you can't always go out and do that. What if you can't get a job? What if you're hurt? What if you're injured? Okay, so the society's got backup plans. We all pay in taxes in the United States, one way or the other, for these things, you know, Social Security, welfare, whatever these things are, right? These are good things that help people, right? But I'm going to keep it 100%. All of them keep people living on the edge of poverty. None of them help them just get ahead. You understand? And I'm just saying. Now, I'm speaking to the Federal Reserve, and I'm speaking to the Rothschilds, you know, directly, Listen, I'm going to say this to you. Listen to me. Don't you think you'd make way more money and way more sense and a way better country and feel way better about your own future and your own legacy and the world around you, man? Making sure that we don't end up scum in the streets. Making sure that we pass laws that protect us. Don't your children and your legacies, man, mean that much to you? I mean, I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm going to go right to the money, man. You know, I've been to the president, been to the CIA, been to the FBI. You know, I mean, really, man. At the end of the day, are you people, and I'm going to say you people, you billionaires, man, you companies, you industries, you Fortune 500 fuckers, right? Are you so conceited and so just so ugly, man, that y'all can't come together and make the bigger and better what I'm telling you? You see? I told YouTube, I said, keep sending me gamey stuff. Because, man, I know me. I'm only trying to make things more positive than negative, because it's true. But once I did that, they should have stopped. But they didn't. They're still gamey as hell. And the reason why they're gamey as hell is they want me to crash, you know. They look, at this point, right? At this point, everything I am crashes out any lie they exist to. But they don't have to exist to a lie. Listen to me. The here and now, as long as they're existing, states that they can do more positive than negative. They can come together. They can bring us together. They can be good as truth. And that'll be their past, present, and future if they apply themselves that way. But to be against me, man, is to be against life. It's to be against existing. It's to be against love. It's to be against happiness. It's to be against knowledge. It's to be against evolution. And it's just silly as hell. Because anything that comes against me will only be destroyed less than. Not because I say so, but because all God, truth, reality, creation of existence, of atoms bonding, right, says so. Because all I want for all mankind, right, is to be more positive than negative. Good as truth. And as far as this existence goes, right, there's not a bigger, better standard. There's not a bigger, better ability. And there's not a bigger, better stated person, way, or existence. See, that's the substance, durability, and solidness. The good of God as truth. No matter what dimension of time and space. No matter where I'm at. No matter what I'm doing. I always am. And again, that is a fact of God check. From the full thief man, God King, out of man first evolved, the true male of all I am. Peace.